Hey guys, dokidokilolixx here. So I'm here to do an interview. I don't know why they would choose me. I'm the player with the lowest accuracy in the entire top 1000, but whatever. Okay, so first question: how did you first find out about oaths, and what made you get into it? So back then I was playing CS:GO, and my friend told me that I can play this game and it's free. I can play this game and practice my aim in CS:GO. So I downloaded it, and I sucked at it at first. But I kept playing. I really enjoyed the aspect of getting good and improving, seeing yourself improve and beating your old scores. So I kept playing, and 3 years later I'm here, and I should have quit CS:GO for like 2 years because I don't find it fun anymore. Second question: what aspect of oaths do you enjoy the most? To me, I enjoy the community the most. There's a lot of toxicity between players or in the mapping community, whatever. I enjoy the little communities that the game offers, like maybe a few Discord servers here and there. I really enjoy talking to other oaths players on Discord. I actually made a lot of friends like that, and I don't think I can have the same experience from other games, and also love memes. And this game for some reason has a lot of memes, like compared to other games there's like way less memes in the community. Like the first thing I wake up every day is just to go on Reddit and see what plays or memes that people have made. Actually, I really enjoy that. I really enjoy that aspect of the game. Question 3: what skill set do you care the most about? When I first started playing, I really like to hit jumps, so I kept playing jumps and never played any stream maps at all. I regret that decision now, actually, but nowadays I focus on my speed and accuracy. I believe my jumps are like good enough. I actually believe my jumps should be like better for my rank, actually, but I need to get better at speed and act, because I consider myself like quite slow for a tap+x player. I can't stream. Let's actually scratch that. I'm okay, but I need more stamina. Next question: how did you get into tap+x? I realized that you can play the game with tablet. Back then I was playing with mouse only, so I picked up my tablet and started playing. It wasn't even a good tablet, but I played with it. It's a Wacom, so it's good enough, right? So I realized I can't play keyboard with it at all because I'm bad. But I found that you can click with the pen, and that felt way more comfortable for me. So I kept doing it, and now I still do it. Next question: what would you say is the biggest advantage and the biggest downfall about tap+x? Well, it's obvious that the advantages are speed and also aim. Just look at every tap+x player, and like they usually have like 300 BPM scores, and in the case of Oxycon, like legendary speed plays. Tap+x player usually can like aim way better as well. Just look at Camellia, his aim's like easily top 3 in the game. Or look at people like Morpho, he's got some really insane plays that is super underrated because single tap players usually don't get the amount of respect that they deserve. The downfall is easily accuracy, especially streaming accuracy. Some players can still act really well, especially single taps like Camellia. He's got really good act with single tap, but when it comes to streams, like most tap+x players, they're just shit at it. Because streaming on tap+x is something that you do with both hands and not one, like 2 fingers. When you play ZX, you just use 2 fingers, but when you stream with tap+x, you are using both of your hands to do it. So it's way harder to synchronize the two, and usually the result you get shit at it. So next question is do you have any idols when you started playing? Who did you look up to, and have those names changed since you started playing to this point? When I started playing, I basically looked up to basically every top player in the game. I just found that I can't do those plays, and those plays look impressive to me at the time. And now the names largely haven't changed. There's definitely a few names that just went off the list, and there's definitely more names on the list than before, because I know the game more and I know more plays. Some of the names were gone because, well, personally, maybe it's their plays are, to me, I don't find them impressive because like a lot of other people have done the exact same play, and it's just boring. Like, I don't find HRF or HDHR FC on Save Me impressive because so many people have done the same thing. But the names like largely haven't changed. Like most top players, I still have a lot of respect for. And some other names went off the list because I personally don't agree with what they do. Like I found a lot of some things from some specific players to be like, in short, they're just an asshole. So off the list then. So some names are added to the list because when I start playing, I don't know like underranked players like Oxycodone, because when I was aware that there was such a impressive player, he's already gone. He's not making plays anymore, like relevant plays anymore. Now there's like people like Morpho, like Oxycodone, Calcium, etc., that I really have a lot of respect for because, well, I consider them better than me. Like Morpho's like way better at accuracy and aim than me. Like Oxycodone's way faster than me, etc. Next question: what was your biggest slump while playing, and how did you deal with it? I don't think I've hit a slump this year. I remember I somewhat hit a slump when I was around 20k or something like that. And I just kept playing, and eventually I broke the wall and kept playing and kept improving. So I suggest that that's probably the best way to deal with slumps, is to just keep playing as you normally do and not focus on one thing. It just gets frustrating if you just keep focusing on one thing. I believe that's kind of dumb way to deal with it. Just keep playing. Next question: if you didn't play tap+x, would you ult or single tap? I probably would ult. I play keyboard like every now and then, and I found myself ulting a lot. It's kind of fun, but I still think playing tap+x is better. I enjoy playing tap+x a lot. Next question: do you know ulting is cheating? Ulting is not cheating because, well, it's still the player that's doing the play. There's no cheats or hacks or whatever. But there's definitely an advantage to alternating. There's no actual downside to alternating at all. But I think the only downside to alternating is that single tapping players get like underrated a lot. Like players like Domi or Morpho just get completely unnoticed. But Domi's noticed, but Morpho is like really underrated in the community. He can, like, the top single tap players can play as fast as a normal 2-digit alternating player. Alternating is definitely better because you can play way faster, but a lot of times, like, a lot of alternating players can actually stream the BPM that they are playing. Adam Kills can stream faster than 220 or something like that, but he can play so-called 400 BPM. Next question: did you ever consider playing tourneys? No. There's a few reasons. The first obvious reason is that I can't play any tournament maps because I'm fucking bad at the game. But I actually also don't find tournament maps to be like interesting to play. I just don't like playing slow maps. I just like going fast. Maybe because I can. That's the only good thing. That's the only thing I'm good at. I just found tournament maps to be like really boring to play. Like 180 BPM, 5-star slider maps. I just find it boring, to be honest. Next question: what's your favorite play you ever made? Don't really have any. I don't really have a specific play, but if I had to say, probably 7 Doors DT. That play is probably the first time I felt that I was good at the game. Like I was somewhere close to Oxycodone. Like he did that score like years ago, and it took people like a good 2-3 years to catch up to it, and I've got better combo than Oxycodone, and that felt like really good. I felt proud of that play. Next question: what's your favorite play that someone else made? I don't really have a specific one again, but basically every Oxycodone play is my favorite play. I believe that the context of the play is like really important. Nowadays, 2018, we got insane players with insane aim or speed, or even both. But so they can already catch up to some of Oxyconon's plays. But consider Oxyconon plays are made in 2015 or 16. He was ahead of everyone back then. Like no one could catch up to this speed, and I believe a lot of people just overlooked that, and they overlooked his plays. Like I actually believe if Oxyconon kept playing, he was like top 50. He has to aim. He has to aim for it. He has the speed for it. I really wish he kept playing, but well, he's like super washed up these days. Just even come online daily, he just logs on randomly and just like a few plays and then just goes offline for another week. Next question, actually last question as well. Knowing that you mostly play dotη, have you ever tried XR, and have you gotten any play that you consider good with it? XR only or XR in general, no, because I can't act and I also can't aim CS5 or above. But I do have a few AR11 like free mod scores, and the only one I consider good is probably Shiori, because well, my Shiori play is like kind of shitty if you compare to other players, but to me I'm kind of proud of that play, because that play took like 2 weeks for me to do. I went from getting 60%, not reading it at all, to almost FCing it. And I actually have a few ones with like 87, 86 accuracy as well. Like there was effort in that play. That's why I consider it good.